when we talk of biosecurity and access controls, what are we really talking about? This is a question with very many farmers, which very many farmers have been unable to answer. And today we want to look biosecurity and access control in the poultry house construction, because this is where 90% of poultry farmers make a mistake when they want to construct their poultry house. Because if you don't have the right poultry house, it means you can have the birds in the poultry house and the birds are going to die because you made the wrong poultry house or you did the poultry house in the wrong manner. So today we want to go into details to see what is important. I have seen some people asking me on the comments on the videos we have done from the time we started this project, tell us about the security. Tell us, how will wild birds not be, will they not be entering in the poultry house? I have seen those comments, and that's why I'm making this video, so that we may be able to understand them into details. So guys, come with me as we shall start to look on some of the major aspects. And I want to use this house you can see here, which has already been constructed. 90% of the poultry farmers who want to invest in poultry farming, this is the kind of poultry house they normally construct during the process they want to do their investment. But you realize they do it in the wrong manner, because how diseases enter into a poultry farm, they enter into a poultry farm just through the minor issues. You realize when you construct your house, your poultry house, in this manner, what really happens, there is no free movement of air from one side to the other. You can also see on the orientation of this house is not on the east to west orientation. So you need to understand these small basics before you even think of investing your money in the poultry house. If you build your poultry house like these poultry house, this is not a poultry house, but I'm just showing an example. These are dairy unit. These are dairy unit house. But people make a mistake and construct a poultry house like this one. So if you make a mistake and you construct your poultry house like this one, this is what normally happens. When you place your birds inside the poultry house, what normally happens, the beddings get wet each and every time, because clean air is unable to get into the poultry house. And this is how the disease now comes now in the chicken. This is what normally happens. The beddings, they become very wet. Then after they become very wet, they generate some bacteria, and you realize the chicken will be sleeping on the wet floor. And after sleeping on the wet floor, when food goes down to the floor, they are also again going to take that food, which will get into their system, which is contaminated. Then a disease will come. Then I normally get very many calls of farmers asking me, I have seen my chicken is having a white poop. Another farmer was telling me, why is my chicken having a dropped feathers? Another farmer was asking me, why are my chicken have watery eyes? Then these questions, they were coming in because of poor poultry house planning. So make sure you do the right thing. For example, this is how coccidiosis comes in your poultry farm. If the birds now eat the food which is contaminated, which is poured now on the floor, it mixes with the waste, then coccidia bacteria will start developing in the immune system of the bird. Then you realize the birds will start now to give you a brown poop, then you get a white poop, then you go now to the acute coccidiosis, which is very much deadly. It will give you a red poop. Then at this stage is very hard for you to control it. But you can control it from the basic things about biosecurity and bio-access control. We had a huge piece of land on this place, as you can see. But we decided to have our poultry house on the farthest end, which I'm going to show you as we are going to go there. This is our land where we were looking before we even started constructing the poultry house. But we had to look on site location, because poultry, unlike other animals like goats, like pigs, poultry does not like very many people. It's not a friend to very many visitors. You realize only the people who are interacting with the chicken are allowed to get into the poultry house. That's why we identify the site to be on the farthest end where we are heading now, so that we may be able now to increase on biosecurity and bio-access control. Because if you fail on this, then it means now you are going to miss a lot. What is going here? This is the construction of a store where the food and other materials for the poultry farm and also the dairy farm will be stored. So you can see the engineers are doing quite an excellent job now on this site. So this is where now the food will be. Then the food will be coming out from the store now to the poultry house, as you can see. So guys, let's go there and be able to look on these things step by step, because that is what is important. And I don't want you to be in a position to be doing guessworks. I want you to be a perfect example of a person who is doing it with a lot of experience. If you do your poultry farm with a lot of professionalism, you realize it will be very simple and easier for you. So people were asking me, if you look at our poultry house, you can see it is like just a simple makeshift, which you can even do for yourself. But it's very hard if you don't have experience or if you have never done any poultry house. It might be a challenge for you because you might need some expertise to assist you coming up with the dimensions, to assist coming up with how you are going to identify the location and how you are going to construct it. Number one question I've been getting from the comments, they have been asking me, tell us about the security. You are telling us to use the chain link, and wild birds will come and enter into the poultry house and bring diseases to them. What you are telling me is true. If wild birds now come from outside, they come with very serious diseases which can affect the birds. But our poultry house is still work in progress. We have not yet completed the construction of the poultry house. We are doing it in phases. So we are done with the phase 1, which we started with now installing the roundy posts. Phase 2, where we went now to having the tie beams now laid on top of the poultry house. Then we had part 3, the traces. Then after the traces, we did now the treatment of the timber. Then after the treatment of the timber, we went now to the roofing of the poultry house. After the roofing, now we have come now to the foundation, where we are now doing what we call now the leveling on the poultry house. What you can see here, we are trying to get a level for this poultry house so that we may not have water getting now to one corner of the poultry house, then water now is unable now to move from the poultry house, especially during the process of washing and disinfecting the poultry house. That's why we are trying to get a level with the help of our engineers to ensure that we give our client the best. This is the minor issue, but very crucial if you don't take it in consideration. So let's come to this issue of security, because this is where your major problem is. If this is what we have done, what is going to follow? Allow me to take you outside a little bit. What is going to follow after I do this? sorry, I almost lost my head. I forgot my height. Sorry for the interruption. So what is the process which is going to follow after we have installed this chain link? We are going to use now this chicken wire, as you can see. This one is around 15 millimeters. So we are going to have it now cover the chain link 2 times to ensure that there is no rodent or any bird which can enter in the poultry house. The other issue now comes in when you want now to address.
Naweza kanyaga ndani. Hey.